Welcome to The Profitable Cleaner, a podcast on commercial cleaning sales and entrepreneurship.
All right, guys, what is up? We are going to continue with this Q2 check-in, and today we are going to be diving deep on how we can go ahead and get our foot in the door, literally and physically, when it comes to gaining more janitorial clients, engaging more prospects, and what we're seeing that's working versus not working. This is definitely going to be a hands-on training. If you are listening to this podcast, will there be some value and some tips that you can implement? Yes, but my biggest recommendation is head over to YouTube if you're not already and watch this on YouTube, because I will be sharing my screen. We will be going through cold call scripts, email scripts, some door-to-door tactics that we're seeing working, with a list of all the tools that we are currently using and where we know people like you in the audience are seeing success with. Again, kind of to bring you guys up to speed, we're in a weird, really awesome seat vantage point here because we get to speak with awesome people like you, literally from coast to coast, all across the country, that are out there looking for new business in the facility maintenance and more specifically the janitorial realm. And we thought it would be a good idea to kind of dive in and let you guys know what is versus what's not working. So we're going to kind of break this up into three parts. We're going to try to keep this to 30, 40 minutes max. We're going to talk about how to approach today's facility decision makers, which I think is key, meaning today, sales tactics that are really tailored again to today, 2025. What we were doing 5 years ago is not working in today's world. So how that's evolved and all that we're doing. And then just really the mindset when approaching your sales, gathering new business, gathering new prospects, the whole 9 yards. So whether you're just getting started or you're looking to scale a little bit faster, these are some things that we need to know. So let's talk about who we're approaching and why we're approaching them. Guys, we have to understand that our prospect demographic has substantially changed, especially within the last 24 to 36 months. We went from seeing facility directors, if we're using them as an example, property managers. They were people that were in these seats for the last 15, 20 years. The demographic of that prospect was typically between 45 to 60 years old. Here within the last 36 months, we've seen a big shift of a younger demographic in terms of decision makers come on board. We are seeing that once upon a time office admin now become property manager. We were seeing that facility specialists now get promoted into a facility manager or director type of role. And the new demographic of these decision makers is now within that 28 to 40-year-old range. So the way that they do business versus how Sally, who is 58 and now retired, did business is way different. I also want to kind of give a little caveat here. I think the janitorial world got a little bit skewed during COVID times in 2020. And when COVID happened, it was definitely kind of a blessing and a curse, at least for this industry specifically, mainly because COVID gave a sense of professionalism and obviously need to the cleaning industry. Before, a janitor was a janitor, a cleaner was a cleaner, and it was hard to kind of sell the value and the importance and the profession that went around it. Well, COVID came in, everyone all of a sudden needed a cleaning company. Everyone wanted, they wanted disinfectant spray. They wanted, experts in ABC cleaning realms. Do you have the spray guns, all of this stuff. So it created a need. And then people were really good at selling the expertise and the professionalism that this industry deserves that goes along with it. But there was a lot of what I would call fool's gold business out there. People really kind of captivated this prospect audience. They got a lot of quick work from it, and how they were selling back 4 or 5 years ago is just not working anymore. I mean, 5 years ago, you could send out mass emails at scale to 500 property managers and get a major response, which just doesn't work in today's world, because one, times have changed, and now the demographics of our decision makers have changed. So it's really important to know that. So let's talk about, how do we approach these people? I get asked all the time, what's the best way to get new leads in the janitorial industry? And the truth is, and it's a hard truth, is there's no silver bullet. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of conversation, and it takes multiple follow up, and it's really market dependent. So how I approach someone in New Jersey would be totally different on how I would approach someone, let's say in Texas, California, Ohio. Why? Because the markets are different. People are different. We know that there's a vast difference just with, the style of how business and the cadence and the tone is done all across the country. So you have to ask yourself, where are we selling? Who are we selling to? And how do they like to be approached? But if you want to know still today, the top ways on how to best engage these leads, it's really not magic, guys. It takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a multifaceted approach. Number one, cold calling is still effective, but how we're cold calling has changed a little bit. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Cold email. There's still a way to do it, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And a lot of people are doing it the wrong way. We're going to get into the tips and the tools on the right way to do it. And three, if you're not utilizing LinkedIn, you need to utilize LinkedIn. There's a lot of software out there that can help you from a time perspective and a scale perspective, increase your outreach. I promise you guys, this is going to be a game changer for you. And we're going to go over that right now. So let's start. And then last but not least, I should be leading with this. Guys, the more things change, the more things stay the same. I am a big proponent of being face to face, being able to shake hands with someone, literally shake their hands, and get boots on the ground. Going door to door, people hate it. A lot of people feel uncomfortable with it. I can tell you, across the board, coast to coast, the companies that have a door to door presence, people that are not afraid to walk in and casually and in a human way introduce themselves and drop off a nice brochure, flyer, they win. They gather more deals. It's true. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. And you got to be out there shaking hands. A lot of companies aren't willing to do it. If you're one of the 10 percenters that do like to do it, I promise you, you're going to outpace your competition. So let's actually dive into these different ways on how to best engage new business and approach prospects. Let's talk about cold calling. So everyone talks about, great, where do you get lists? How do you get lists? I'm going to be totally honest with you. The best place to get a list is literally just Google. There's no sexy way to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you literally, if I were to do it right now, how I would do it today. So we're going to go over to good old Google right here. And this is what we call Google Map hunting. So that's your first keyword there, is Google Map hunting. Let's say your key ideal prospect is dealerships. We know dealerships are sexy cleans. They care about images. We know that they have high emphasis on image. When you walk into a dealership, you know what it looks like, you know what it feels like. And we know that they are typically 5 to 6 day a week cleans, which is critical. That's a good size deal, right? So literally when I'm Google hunting, what we're doing is we're literally just pulling up map listings. So dealerships in Denver, for instance, that's where we're at. I'm looking at the outside of the building. Why? Because I want to make sure that the building is actually qualified just from like an eyeball perspective. Does it pass the site test, right? I'm looking inside. I'm like, okay, they got a lot of floors, a lot of windows, looks like a clean space. They definitely have a cleaning crew. They have a service center. Love it. Love everything that I'm seeing right now, right? And now the hard part is doing a little bit of manual research. Again, a lot of people don't want to put this time in, right? They don't want to put the time in. So you could go ahead and go straight from what I call cold to close and just hit this number right here. or you can do a little bit of research. So I'm going to go ahead and hit their website real fast, and I'm going to see if I can get. All right, I know you guys are wondering, how can we keep our cleaning crews engaged and informed and it doesn't have to feel like a struggle? With Team Engine, you can now automate messages, update teams in real time, and bridge language gaps with their built-in AI-powered translations. Whether it's scheduling, last-minute changes, or sharing critical updates, Team Engine keeps your workforce connected and productive. Say goodbye to miscommunication and hello to smoother operations. Visit teamengine.io to get started today. Any type of information at all on this company. I've literally never done this with this company. Totally doing this in lifetime. Ideally, what I'm looking for, you can tell that this is a big corporate site. I mean, obviously, it's a Toyota dealership. But sometimes you can see their leadership team. So meet our team right here. And I'm just like looking for someone that might give me a name. So I'm totally guessing right now, but I can guarantee you that Sean Kramer makes a lot of these decisions. Managing director, he's the sales guy. I'm not sure if I'd go there. The controller. The controller is typically the GM's right-hand man. So again, you have to know your prospect base. You really have to know the psychographic on these guys. And I'm looking at everyone else on here, and no one's really jumping off the screen to me. You got, maybe you might get lucky with a dealership, for instance, and see that, hey, there's a maintenance manager. Maybe I'd start there. But in this case, I'd literally start with Sean Kramer, general manager, or Candace Hawley right here. I would literally start with these people because now I know who I'm calling, right? So if I go back to my Google Map listing, for instance, I know when I hit this number, I'm going to be asking for Sean or Candace. Those are my two identified people that I've already done a little bit of research on, put a face to the name. I'm looking at their building, and I know, okay, this is someone that I want to hit. One thing to look at real fast, little tip. I know just by calling this that this call is going to take a little bit longer because it's a 1-800 number. An 844 number, that's not a local number here. That is 100% going to be a call tree number. So when you hit, it's going to say, hey, press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, press 1 for sales, press 2 for service, et cetera, et cetera. I just need to get someone on the phone so I can ask for Sean or for Candace. All right, and we're going to go talk about how we would approach these people. Like if we look at this super auto place, you can tell like this is super small. Probably someone that maybe you'd approach, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Now that I'm looking inside, it's a little bit bigger than I thought. But the difference being, you can see here they have a local number. They have a 303 number versus this place, which has a 1-800 number. So that's kind of a little bit of corporate versus more privately owned and localized approach, right? So there's two ways that you can approach your prospects, especially throughout a cold call. And it depends on what you're willing to do to try to get in front of them. Okay. Let me explain by what I mean by that. Okay. There's what I like to call a meet and greet setup where you can kind of like sell the meet and greet, like, hey, can I stop by and come in? Or there's the direct ask of, hey, would you be willing to set up a walkthrough? Seen success with both. It just depends what you like to do better, what your style is, what your comfortability level is, what your sales reps like to do, etc. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people that like to set up meet and greets because they're like, the more conversations we have, the better it's going to be. I know a lot of people that are like, hey, I don't want to waste time with meet and greets. Half the time they're just saying yes to get me off the phone. I want to only speak to people and meet with people that want a direct walkthrough and a quote at the end of that walkthrough. Really comes to your style. If I had to go one way or the other, I would go meet and greet because I know that the more hands I shake, the more money I make type deal is. But maybe you're at a certain scale. Maybe you have a sales team. Maybe you have some callers, SDRs hitting the phones for you, whatever your case may be, and you just need walkthroughs from them. I'm going to give you guys a script for both. So that's the good news. So you should be able to see now this cold call script here on my screen. As you can see here, oops, this is actually, I'm sorry, this is the wrong cold call script. Hold on. Here we go. So there's a few ways that we can go about it. If we look at this script right here, cold call script, I always like to say, I don't want to pitch and mention my company right off the bat. I think that's a losing strategy because ultimately it's triggering that prospect on the other line, typically a gatekeeper, that we are trying to sell something. And although that is our objective, I always say the point of a cold call is to one, information gather and to continue the conversation. You are not going to sell shit on that cold call outside of a meeting. That is your primary objective. Okay. But as you can see here on the screen, says, hey, first name, how's it going? Was curious if you could help me out real quick. Silence. The reason we put silence right there is because silence over a cold call breeds a lot of confidence. Although it's going to feel awkward to you, it's going to give that person on the other line time to comprehend what was just said, time to respond, and it also forces a response because the silence is there. As salespeople, especially on the phone, we want to fill the gaps, and we fill the gaps with useless words. We definitely do not want to do that. So the reason we start out with this, hey, Bob, how's it going? Quick question for you. Was wondering if you could help me out real quick. Typically, we're starting out with the word help because we want to make sure that that person on the other line, we're putting them in a position to serve versus defend, right? A lot of times you're going to get gatekeepers, and literally they're called gatekeepers because they're supposed to keep the gate. They're supposed to bat away the bullshit, right? Here, they're also an office admin, a customer service person. Their whole job is serving. So we're asking them right off the bat, will you serve us? I'm wondering if you could help me out real quick. Yes, happy to help you out. Who is this? My name's James. Quick question for you, Bob. Who would be the best person to speak with that oversees the cleaning at Jeremy's dealership, whatever the company is you're calling? Again, silence. Silence breeds confidence to the prospect. And now let's talk about it really honestly does not matter what they say here. Their objection does not matter what they say. So hopefully they get us to a decision maker. If they are the decision maker, you're going to get hit with a few objections. They're going to say, yes, that's me. Awesome. I was wondering, how's that working out for you? The reason for my call is I'm calling with so-and-so company and wanted to just start the conversation and see how your current cleaning setup's going. Something as simple as that. And you're going to hear this. You're literally going to get hit with a few types of objections here. You're going to say, we're already working with a company. We got that taken care of. You can see that here. And literally your response should be, that's great to hear that you already have someone in place. Quick question, Bob. How's that working out for you? Again, silence. And by the answer that they give you here, if they're already working with someone, it's going to tell you everything. I've heard, you know what, we've been with them for 20 years. Absolutely love them. I'm going to be honest with you. We're good right now. That's fine. We just qualified that person. We know that they're happy. Not everyone's a sale. Okay. The other thing you might hear, which I've literally heard before, is, you know what? We have a company. They're all right. Can be hit or miss, but I think we're good. Can be hit or miss. They're so. It's okay. You have to learn tonality. You have to gauge the tone and really be a great listener. That's what makes a great outbound salesperson, is actually being a great listener. Once that happens, I literally just shadow what that person says. Could be hit or miss. Man, tell me a little bit more about that, Bob. What's that mean? Well, you know what? They're pretty good, but sometimes they don't show up on Fridays and Saturdays, and I have to call whoever and can be a pain, blah, blah, blah. Now you're in the conversation. Now you say, hey, listen, Bob, that's exactly why I wanted to give you a call. I hear that story often. Would love the opportunity to come, one, introduce myself to you and tell you a little bit about what's up, my profitable cleaners. Listen, you guys know that running a cleaning business isn't just about cleaning. It's about growth, trust, building a legacy, and making true impact. That's where Swept comes in. With Swept, it's simple, powerful. It's an app that you can track your cleaner attendance with geofence clock-ins, streamlined processes, team communication, and save hours on payroll. It's the ultimate tool designed specifically for janitorial businesses just like yours. Take control, save time, focus on what matters most, growing your business and spending time with your family. Swept. Clean better, grow faster. If you guys are interested in Swept, click the link below in the show notes and partner with one of the best in the industry. About our company, I know I'm calling you out of the blue right now. Would Tuesday work at 10 a.m. or would Thursday be better? I'm literally going for the ask, and I'm asking not with confidence, I'm asking with certainty. That's the difference there, right? Great salespeople ask with certainty. Good salespeople have confidence, right? So you have to have the ask. And let me rephrase that, because every ask is going to be the same. You're going to give them a choice. You're going to say, hey, can I stop by at Tuesday at 9 a.m. or would Wednesday be better? When you put them in that position, they're literally forced to give you a hard no or consider the option of what would be better for them, right? So we don't want to give them too much choice. We don't want to leave it too open-ended when we go for the ask, but when you go for the ask for the walkthrough, you really have to be specific. Throw out a first date with a time, or would this date and this time be better for you? And let them give you the hard no, or let them suggest a different time. The other thing you're going to get asked is, we're like I said, with the outsourced solution, we're currently happy. Awesome to hear things are going well for you. Listen, things can change quickly in this industry. We're big on relationships. Would you be open if we sent over some information just to consider if you ever need a second option? Typically, you're going to hear yes. And then it's your goal to follow up with that person. Not happy. Obviously, if they're not happy, that gives us the entry to set up a time, literally go for the ask and close the walkthrough. Okay. The other thing you're going to get is we currently do in-house. In-house is one of the biggest things that we get. Yeah, you know what? We actually take care of that in-house. My first question to that is like, awesome. So do you guys actually have a janitor do that? Or is it kind of just a team effort? How's that working out for you guys? And you're going to hear, well, no one likes cleaning. Sometimes it's hard to get Mary to take out the trash at the end of her shift. And it's kind of like a funny thing. If that's the case, be like, listen, totally get it. Have you guys ever considered outside options? And if not, I'd love to talk to you about that to see if it makes sense for you. I just really kind of flow with the conversation at that point. And it works out well. And again, in-house ones, biggest objection and the hardest ones to sell to. I still like to always end the call with, hey, if you ever need a second option or you ever need a resource, we're happy to help. Let me send over our company information to you, and we drip on that person every 90 days or so. Going down here, once we get the yes, you know what? I'd be open for you guys stopping by, give us a walkthrough. Let's do Tuesday at 9 a.m. Awesome. Before I let you go here, Bob, a few questions. What's your current frequency of cleaning? We like to clean 4 times a week in the evenings. Perfect. Do you by chance know square feet? I know it's a crazy question, but that kind of helps us prepare ahead of time. Yes, actually, I think it's 10,000 square feet, but maybe only 6,000 of that's cleanable. Okay. Do you have any areas of improvement you'd like to see? You got to simplify these questions. Maybe they'll say yes. Maybe they'll say no. Doesn't really matter. Get their email, confirm date and time one last time. Send them that. All right. And make sure that you are sending them a calendar invite with a confirmation email right after. And the real winners, they call and confirm the day of. They literally call and confirm the day of. The other thing I wanted to get to, that was kind of a more direct walkthrough ask. When you're going with a more meet and greet, We're going to go ahead and link this below as well. And if you guys just YouTube cold call janitorial masterclass profitable cleaner, we actually have this all linked up. We have a full masterclass just on cold calling. I don't want to waste too much time here because we could waste all day, or not waste, invest all day here. When you're setting up meet and greets, it's as simple as, hey, Bob, my name is James. I'm with such and such cleaning. Um, I'm actually calling you because we're located not too far from you guys, and we're going to be in your area here next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I was wondering if I could stop by and set up a time with you or the right person to see how you guys are currently doing with your janitorial. And what you'll get from that is a much more friendly and welcoming response. They're at least willing to have the conversation. I've noticed that this works really well with like community managers at like apartment complexes. More smaller offices are really open to it. Yeah, you can stop by. Happy to kind of talk you through what we do. I've actually seen a lot of big deals come from this strategy. Hey, Bob, we're actually in the area next week. We're located not too far from you. I drive by your office every day. Was curious what you guys do for janitorial. Since I'm going to be in the area, would love to come talk to you about it. You'd be surprised at the response you get. That's more of the subtle, the soft meet and greet approach. If you have that time investment, that's good. It could be as simple as, hey, you're just dropping off a business card and you're shaking hands with Bob, or you could walk in and realize, hey, Bob's willing to talk to you, and you might actually do the walkthrough right then and there. So both approaches can work. It just depends like what makes the most sense for your sales strategy. Let's talk about cold email campaigns. I'm going to give you guys a tool that we've been using right now. I'm going to actually show you. I do a lot of work for actually a nonprofit, Trailhead Community. Totally not in the industry, but we've had them on this podcast a few times, and they're trying to sell condo units, right? So we were like, let's do a cold email campaign to real estate agents to let them know that we have condo units for sale. So we're also going to link this below. Hit that link below for a little bit of a profitable cleaner discount, but it's limbless. They verify your domain. This literally goes right to your inbox, everything. So anyways, you can come in here. You upload leads. We're going to talk about where you get leads here in just a minute. But once you have leads, then you set up your sequence. And what I like about this platform is you can set up a sequence that just drips on these people. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys if you guys can't see that. You can set up a sequence that just drips on your prospects. So here you have your intro email. It waits 1 day. You have your follow-up email, then it waits 2 days, and then final email. So like Trailhead Community here has a 3 email sequence, which is nice. I've done them as large as five email sequences in the past, and you see a really good response from it. What's nice about a tool like this is, there we go, that's much better. What's nice about a tool like this is if a prospect responds, they automatically get taken off the list, which I really appreciate because I don't want to manage the headache of all of this. So here you edit your messaging. Obviously, you can personalize it, add links, whatever you need to do. They even have an AI feature now, the whole 9 yards, right? Really, it's a really cool tool, very simple to use. It's like $65 a month. This is, to me, like low marketing effort to get high reward. And it doesn't send this out in a blast email. So it's going to drip on these prospects like every 10 minutes. Like if we go to this, like right now, if I like literally go to the schedule, this is dripping on them every 6 minutes from 7 days a week, 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So kind of a nice schedule there for what they're looking to achieve. You can set it through business hours, whatever you want. But it's not mass emailing people. It's kind of optimizing for time. Maybe, prospect A is more prone to, respond in the mornings, or versus prospect B that's more prone to respond in the evenings. So yeah, it's a really good, simple tool that I.
What's up, my profitable leaders? I know you're listening to this show because you want to stay informed and on top of your game. And I want to bring you something that is often overlooked, and that's how we mitigate risk and actually protect our business, whether that's with misclassification of our employees, contract litigation, immigration law, because we have people that work for us that are from other countries that maybe or maybe aren't misclassified. That's why we partnered with Campos Law. Campos Law is a humanized law firm, as I would put them. They are more than just expert attorneys. They're people looking to help people and business owners just like you. So when it comes to your contract setup, when it comes to your classification of your employees, when it comes to just protecting your business as a true asset, which it is why you should be talking with Campos Law. So for more information, click the link in these show notes and get a partner like Campos Law on your side.
Recommend everyone check out. We have the link in our comment section below. We have no affiliation with them. Outside of just a really dang good product. So where do we get leads for emails? I'm going to give you guys the freaking cheapest lead finder there is out there. There's Seamless AI, Zoom Info, all these sexy platforms. Nothing against them, but they cost a ton of money. A lot of people don't have a ton of money, especially just to spend on data. You can comb your own email lists, which is really cool, or you could literally look at D7 Lead Finder, which we have the cheapest version, which is like $30 a month. So like here, you log into D7 Lead Finder. I'll literally show you guys something real fast. Boom, we're looking at janitorial supply companies because we want janitorial supply companies to be sponsors of the show because you guys are awesome and we want to bring the best people to you. But here you can literally just type in janitorial supply companies. This is in Pennsylvania. And here it goes. It gives you literally the name of the company, email, the whole 9 yards. So if I were to download this list here in a CSV, what I go ahead and do, I go over to ChatGPT because AI is freaking awesome. So let me make sure you guys see my ChatGPT here. And I say, clean up this lead list and remove duplicates. This is a cheap lead finder, guys, so there's going to be duplicates. It's not perfect data. I'm looking to get like 60% perfect data. Clean up lead list and remove duplicates. Also, please only get me emails that look like they're emails of a real person. Remove emails that are general emails like info at, marketing at, etc. And then I upload the lead list from my computer that I just downloaded. Let's see. There's like, I don't even know how many people are on this lead list that have to look or outside of my screen, but there's a ton of people on this lead list. And it takes a minute, but I'm cleaning the lead list to only scrape what looks to be real names and actual information. So as you can see here, it did it in like literally 40 seconds, right? So here's my lead list right here. I'd have to go into what this is, and I actually think I uploaded the wrong list, the wrong file, but you guys get the point of the flow there, right? So now let's talk about email templates, right? I think email templates, with AI today, guys, there's really no silver bullet. There's so many different things that we can do. But if we look at email templates, let me go to a hybrid approach, an email template that I like to use, that I really like to use after I call someone. So if you just called 50 businesses, you're going to get a ton of voicemails in there. And you can set this up on Limlist. Hey, these are the 50 people that I just tried to call, here today, which is April 8th. So it's literally first name. Hey, Bob, tried to call you on Tuesday. Hey, Bob, just wanted to follow up with you and let you know that I tried to give you a call yesterday. Bob, I can be in your area next week. Would you be interested in a walkthrough so I can see how I can help you with any of your properties cleaning? Or if a phone call is a better first step, I'm happy to schedule something. Can we schedule a meeting for next week? Or you could wrap that up. Would Tuesday be a good time for you? I can also make Friday available, right? Something of that sort goes a long way with your prospect follow up, and then you can put them in a limbless drip campaign. Other good email templates that we use, we're going to go ahead and link below. I do like a certain meet and greet template that I'm going to share here with you guys really fast. So, right here, favorite drink, Bob, favorite drink. And literally all this says, and this hasn't been edited or anything, is, hey, Bob, I've reached out to you a few times. And I don't want to sound like the crazy person talking to themselves. Ha ha. For us, focusing on building relationships is as valuable as cleaning. Would you? So we would love to stop by for a walkthrough and see what areas of improvement is needed for Bob's cleaning, right? We even add a little video introduction with ourselves. But we ask them, send me your favorite coffee drink, the date for the walkthrough, and we'll be there. You'd be so surprised what this gets. It might not get you the walkthrough on the actual spot, but it will prompt a response. And again, what I'm trying to do in the cold outreach world is prompt conversation and get engagement, because based upon that engagement, I can then realize what is my follow-up going to be. Okay. So yes, the phone still works. Cold email still works. There's just different tools and different ways to go about it right now. The last thing I'm going to show you guys, and this is my new favorite tool. I told you guys you need to be hunting on LinkedIn. Again, I have no affiliation with this company. I swear to God. Go to prosp.ai. We'll go ahead and link it below. It's not an affiliate link. None of that. It's just a good LinkedIn tool, but here we are. Many of you guys know I work for Power Placing. We reach out to property managers a lot. Here's my property manager campaign. It's very similar to Limlist, which I really liked, but it shows me everything. So like literally in the last week, it has automatically connected me with 135, sent 135 requests. It started 23 LinkedIn conversations. It actually likes a profile for that prospect. 24 people have accepted my invites, and I've even gotten some LinkedIn replies on my posts from these prospects, right? So what's the sequence look like? Like, what's this actually look like once we dive in? This was what was so cool about it. So here, very similar to very similar to like Limlist. It's the same concept. So I set up a sequence where we go ahead, we visit their profile. I want to own the red dot. When you're on LinkedIn, I want to see that that person got a notification of James Harper viewing their profile, right? Then I like the LinkedIn user's last post. So hopefully they have a post that I can like. That's obviously critical, but a lot of the people that we're going after are very heavy on LinkedIn and active on LinkedIn. Then we send them a connection request, and we send them a connection request with something as simple as, hey, Sally, notice we both serve the property management space. I'd love to connect and learn more about your work. If you're looking for support with any roles or projects, I believe we can help. James Harper. It's literally that simple. So that's our current flow right now. Once they accept our request, or my request, I should say, this is where technology is getting really cool. Hey, first name, hey, Sally. It literally takes an observation from their profile. I'll show you guys what that looks like in just a minute. So AI creates an observation from their profile, and then I kind of hit them with our pitch. We work with a lot of companies like yours to reduce costs, blah, blah, blah. Hire our virtual team today type of deal. Okay. So that's that, but it gets a little bit better. Because again, in prospecting, you want to stand out. How many people are sending voice notes on LinkedIn? Not a lot, but we are now. So now I uploaded a voice note. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Hey, how's it going? James here. I know I've sent you a few messages on So not sure if you guys could hear that or not, but basically it's just me saying, hey, it's James here, sent you a few messages. Maybe a voice note would be better. Was curious to learn more about blah, blah, blah. And then I go into my pitch, right? And then last but not least, I wait one more day and I send them my breakup message. Busy.
What's up, Profitable Cleaner listeners? Quick question for you. Are you using 5 to 7 different platforms just to manage the everyday operations of your commercial cleaning company? If so, let us help you consolidate that into one platform. Introducing you USource. Go to usource.com, book your free demo today, and actually get started on your trial for 60 days. No charge for 60 days, all from time and attendance to reporting, vendor management, operations, sales. It's time you stop using 5 to 7 platforms and consolidate into one. So listeners, don't forget, go to usource.com and start your account today.
Or just not interested. I don't care what it is. Let me know either way, because I'm trying to get a yes or a no, and I'm trying to gauge a response. So are you busy or just not interested? But this is really cool. It's a great tool. Again, you run it on a schedule very similar to Limbless, so you're not hitting up everyone, and then you can manage your inbox right here. And I'm going to show you what that AI message that automatically populates looks like. So if you look at here's good old Daisy, one of our sales reps here. So if you look at this inbox and what it sends out, it's pretty amazing what it sends out. Let me see if I can pull something up here. So, hey, Jennifer, notice this is my connection request message, right? Then it takes an AI related script from her profile. Hey, Jennifer, I work closely with companies in constructions, trades, blah, 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 right? And then it says, hey, Jennifer, I noticed that you guys offer creative solutions for construction challenges, right? And then it hits me with the voice note. So obviously Jennifer is not interested in speaking with me, but we've at least put our best foot forward. We're connected. We've hit her up. I can put her in a different sequence in a few months, see if that gains a better response. We have to get smarter with our time, our scalability, and our outreach. And just these simple tools, I mean, you're probably like $100 all in a month on software. That's going to 10x your ROI. The last thing we're going to talk about, door-to-door sales. A lot of people don't want to do it. A lot of people need to do it because, again, the more hands you shake, the more money you make type of deal. All right. How would I do it if I were to go do it today? One, have nicely designed brochures, have business cards, look the part, be branded, look them in the eye, the whole human-to-human interaction. I trust that you know and you know how to do. How do we identify who to go after? I'm going to show you guys a quick little tip here. All right, so last thing, I'm going to share my screen. Good old Google Maps. We're going to go Google hunting. Literally, I just typed in, I could type in business centers, whatever. I typed in business centers, Aurora, Colorado. I like to do this because it gives me literally a visual of the place. I'm looking right here. I know this is a high traffic area here in the Denver metro area. I see Larry H. Miller. I see Mile High Honda. I see a Mile High Acura right across the street. I see this interesting building. Maybe I'd want it, maybe I'd not. But then all of a sudden I'm getting into all of these business centers right here, right? We want to do a restaurant, no worries. So I'm kind of like mapping out my areas here, and I'm seeing a lot of restaurants. And the more I go down here, I'm seeing a ton of restaurants. But if I go down here a little bit, I see something a little bit different. One, I see a plaza center, great building here. I see towers, Pavilion Towers. Love Pavilion Towers. Love this right here. I need to go talk to, that property manager. And then I'm just looking at all these other properties. CubeSmart. Okay, let's take a crack at it. See if they'd be interested in having a conversation. I'm seeing a golf club right here. And all I'm doing, if I want to go talk to CubeSmart, I'm literally clicking it and I'm hitting save Pavilion Towers. I'm hitting save to my door-to-door list. And you guys are going to see what I mean by that in just a minute. Shops at Parker. Interesting. There maybe this is probably owned by a real estate company. Probably wouldn't hit that up, but you never know. If you wanted to hit it, let's just go ahead and add it to our list. I'm trying to get a lot of businesses in one area so I can take 3 hours out of my day and talk to 25 to 35 different businesses, right? And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get my steps in. I'm going to meet a lot of cool people along the way. Inspiration Home Healthcare. Not sure if that's my jam. Sherwin-Williams. I've actually seen a few of people that listen to this go ahead and actually work with Sherwin-Williams. Warehouse. Love warehouse jobs. Heck yeah, we're going to go ahead and add this. So we're going to do here's your Google Maps, right? All you have to do is create a list. I'm going to go to my list. I'm going to go to my door-to-door. Now I have my list, and it's going to map it out for me, right? So I know exactly where I'm going to park. I'm going to park at these dealerships. I'm going to make my way west. And I know if I were to route this out, it's probably going to take me 90 minutes round trip to get some good steps in. Hopefully it takes me longer because I'm actually having conversations with people within these buildings, and I'm actually making new contacts. So with that being said, get out there, drop off your brochures, get business cards, do your follow-up. Last thing I'm going to say, sales has not changed since the test of time in terms of sales principles. Follow-up still closes deals. The one that follows up most to get to a yes or get to a no is probably going to win more often than not. There's a crazy statistic out there. I know we've talked about it on the show, but like 80% of deals are closed after the fifth follow-up, and literally like 60% of salespeople don't follow up a third time. So just by like touching base a third time, you're like outpacing more than half your competition. Go ahead and do that. Get out there. I would take a hybrid approach: cold call, cold email, LinkedIn. Try different verticals, see what works, see what doesn't. Try different messaging. Hit the ground. Go door to door. One time per week. I promise you guys, don't be too prideful to do this stuff. The biggest companies out there literally cold call, literally have people going door to door, literally have people doing this dirty work. And then if you can automate some of these systems in the background, it's low hanging fruit. It's really low risk, high reward, very small investments. So we wanted to get tactical. We wanted to get down and dirty with you. Can't wait for the next episode. If you guys found value in this, please like and subscribe. Send this to someone that needs to hear it. Drop your comments below. Let me know what's working for you guys. I literally want to hear what's working for you, and can't wait to see the success you guys implement. If you guys have any challenges with this, just let me know. I'm here to help. We are here to serve, because ultimately the show is about you. And look forward to speaking with you guys next week.